Struggling to overcome this feeling, we take hold of self-illusions. We gather these feelings as a miser collects his coins, breathing in the very sinew of self. And as a warrior casts his spear, we drive the enemy into the abyss, rendering a hole in the fabric of our humanity. Hello, and welcome to the Ancient Wisdom, Modern Mind podcast. And today, I'm going to give a short talk about what should you do when you are feeling low in spirit. Okay, so the above short verse may not be what you expected, as I am coming from the perspective of spiritual development and not an emotional perspective. But in saying this, the lines do cross between the emotional and spiritual in this area. First, your feeling of being low in spirit is a sign you are ready to grow beyond your current self. And the low feeling is generated by the ego, which feels threatened by this change. If you choose to distract yourself and tell yourself it's only temporary and go hang out with friends, buy a treat, or any of the million ways you can distract yourself from your feelings until the low point passes, then it will simply manifest again at some point in the future. But if you choose instead to grow and in a way become reborn within yourself, then you will see this low for the message it really is. Low points are messages of change and growth, and our sadness or depression is only resistance to this change. So first, accept your feelings as an opportunity. Then try to become an observant witness within yourself. Watch your feelings, let them flow through you, and discard any ideas of censure or approval. Only you can truly know the form this change will take, but whether it's a mental change or physical change that is happening. By observing your feelings and accepting them, you will also see more clearly the path of change that is calling to you. If you know how to meditate, then this will help you transition through this growth, as meditation quietens the ego. Getting outside and long walks will also help you to contemplate your feelings away from distractions. You need to understand that you are lucky because you now have the opportunity to choose between what you are now and have become accustomed to and your yet unfulfilled self-realization. Such self-realizing awareness, of course, requires a certain realignment in the way we interact with the world, crossing the boundaries of one's own character and stepping out of habitual patterns and routines, and even surrendering certain beliefs and thoughts is called for. So it's natural to instinctively reject this transition. I should also make one very important caveat to this, and that is, if you suffer from consistent depression that is dragging on, then you need to look at your lifestyle, your diet, and drug habits. These affect your mental health at every level and should always be considered first. So that's my thoughts on why sometimes we feel low from the perspective of spiritual development. And if you are feeling low, I hope that this will steer you in the right direction and motivate you to help yourself, and that this also encourages you to explore and learn about yourself and to continue your journey. And if you like the podcast, I would like to also take a moment to remind you to subscribe to this channel or sign up to the newsletter if you would like to be notified when I release new content. So go ahead and click on the subscribe button, and if you would like to support my work, then you can download the podcast for a small supporter's remuneration. Links are in the description. Here's to you and your fulfillment and growth into every tomorrow to come.